Smile it up a little bit. Hey, welcome to the No Culture for Old Men podcast. This is episode 4. Hey, as usual, this is James. We got Tyrone and we got Ben. Hey, thanks for joining us. Hey, and if you like our podcast, please hit subscribe and like in our YouTube page. Hey, thanks for following us. Hey, today's conversation, hey, it's real simple. Last night was the NCAA tournament for the men's. The women finished up on Saturday. Let's talk about that a bit. I'm going to kick it off, though, with the men's tournament. Baylor did what no one thought they would do. But when you watch the game, it was real simple. They were big, they were strong, they were fast, and they played defense. What do you guys think about the game?
It was a great game. I was super excited about the way Baylor started off, and whenever the team I want to win starts off the way they start, I have this fear the whole game that they're not going to be able to hold up and keep that momentum.
Yeah.
But they were able to stay consistent. They hit shots whenever the lead got a little low. They hit buckets, and they got stops when they needed to. So yeah, I was surprised. But when they came out with that first one, was it 9-0 or whatever?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 9-0 run.
Oh, yeah. Hey, I had the same feeling, Ben, because when I was watching it, I picked Gonzaga to win in my pool, but I wanted Baylor to win. And the way Baylor started out, I was like, man, can they keep this up? I mean, it's 5 minutes in. They keeping it up. They hit 8 minutes. They were keeping it up. I was like, yeah, I was just waiting for Gonzaga to make a comeback, and it didn't happen.
So, Ty, in the first half, when they went to that zone, I just thought of every conversation we've ever had in the garage, talking about how intelligent basketball players don't understand how to beat a zone. And finally,
finally, number 31T figured it out and found the south side of the foul line.
To the foul line. It hit like 4 or 5 jumpers.
Real easy. It's real simple.
So two teams for me this tournament. Well, girls and the men and the women. Arizona and Baylor both proved that all these coaches are idiots, and you can play defense you can play defense now. Like all these teams, I think you just can run, score. You can play defense and get away with it. Hello,
you can play defense and win a game. You're right. Arizona proved it against Connecticut. They locked down Paige Beckers. But to me, for Baylor last night, this is a little old school, but to me, they were the closest thing I've seen to the last great Nolan Richardson Arkansas team of playing D. And I could compare them also a little bit to that last UNLV squad. I mean, these guys actually played defense hard. They played man to man. It wasn't no zone. It wasn't no 1-3-1. They were playing man and actually switching. They were switching on the pick, but the thing is, they would switch back after the pick was done, and they would follow their man to the basket.
They set the tone so early that Gonzaga was like, "Oh, I've never seen this before."
Exactly.
People actually get to touch us.
Oh yeah. Well,
and they were like, and they wanted no parts of it.
Yeah, and I give credit to the refs because the refs didn't hold back. The refs let them play. I like how Baylor, like you said, Baylor hit them hard, right? Baylor hit them right in the first 20 seconds of the game. And the refs rolled with it. They were like, oh, this is how the game's going to be. Gonzaga didn't get no, ticky-tack calls to get them out of trouble.
Who are the lottery picks on Gonzaga? Because that's all I kept hearing.
Suggs is a lottery pick.
Suggs, the point guard. The shooting guard, number 24.
Okay.
And probably Timmy, the center.
Really?
You think Timmy's going to lottery?
He'll go in the first round.
I see a lot of Adam Morrison in that.
How tall is he?
He's 7'1" and can move.
He's 7'1"?
He's 7'1".
No Timmy?
Yes. He's 7'1".
You need to fact check that.
Look, no, he's 7'1". He's a 7-footer. Wow. So, all right, so what? Late second round then. Whatever. He's going to go in the draft.
No, he's going to get picked.
Yeah, but he's a 7-footer, man. He really is. Which I'm surprised. Now, he did pick it up a little bit later in the game when he realized he had to step it up and get a little rougher. But it didn't matter. Suggs, same thing. Suggs picked it up in the second half, but it didn't matter. It was too late.
Yeah, they list him at 6'10", I guess.
Okay, yeah, I mean,
I didn't even think he was that tall.
Dude, I don't
hey,
think
in today's game, that's 7 foot. So
Because those Baylor kids,
they were
they got a
short.
good. You can tell they got a good weight room.
Yeah, but they was.
Cause they was some bullies, dude.
you know what? That's like the second time I've heard that today. I was watching another show and they were like, Gonzaga need to get in the weight room. They need a strength and conditioning coach. Like,
Yeah,
because you could tell the difference
It
from the
was a.
guards to the centers. Them boys were racking and stacking.
That's what I was saying. The guards didn't even look like they could handle the pressure. Like they hadn't faced resistance. You know what I'm saying? Like they looked like they didn't know what to do. They couldn't beat the guys off the dribble. You know, if they're
Mm-mm.
pressuring the ball like that, there was nobody going to the hole off of any man-to-man pressure.
No,
but
Um,
my question after watching that game, why is it more teams pressing and forcing the issue on defense and getting up in people's chests? I don't understand it because you can do it.
they don't coach in AAU.
Why? If you're a team that's like Arizona and the girls, they're not very good scorers. They struggle scoring points. They
They
stayed in the
couldn't
game
score.
because of they stayed in the game because of turnovers and defense.
Oh yeah, and rebounding.
Yeah,
People, people don't get it. Rebounding and defense will win you a heck of a lot of games, whether you can score or not. And I think what it is two things. One, they're not playing in high school like they used to because the game is centered around offense. Two, they don't teach in AAU because it's all about the free now. It's all about offense. It's about no touch offense. It's about free flowing offense. They don't worry about defense anymore. That's the problem.
that's a big problem
Oh, it's
to
a big
me.
problem.
yeah,
I mean, if you're old enough to remember Georgetown basketball, if you remember Arkansas basketball under Nolan Richardson, Georgetown under the great John Thompson, if you remember UNLV under Jerry Tarkanian, they played defense before they played offense, and
well,
these teams were unbeatable.
I
Yeah,
mean, yeah, but even the Duke teams when
They
Johnny
played defense.
Dawkins and all those guys were there, like one of the linchpins of a really good college team was its defensive presence. It wasn't just that they could score. You know, they could hold the team under 60 points,
In
you know,
college. Yeah, under
and
50 in
score and,
college.
and score 80,
Yeah,
and
win the game.
that's yeah.
Yeah, I mean that was the thing back then. That's when Duke and even Duke up until 2016, 2017, I think still focused on that. But I think with the one and done player in college ball, it's kind of hard to build in that defensive tenacity. Now, a program like Baylor, now like number 11, I'm sorry I can't think of his name right now, but he had 11 rebounds and 8 offensive rebounds. He,
Vital, whatever his name is.
Vital, yeah.
he was a fifth year guy, so he's been in the program. A lot of those guys are like, second year, third year guys. So maybe that some cohesion has something to do with it. But it's no excuse, as Tyrone says. People can play D, man. It's just a matter of effort and someone coaching them to do it.
I mean, Coach K used to coach defense, but these last couple teams Coach K had, they ain't playing no D.
Nah, not like they
They ain't
used to.
playing no D.
Nah,
Yeah.
nah, nah, not like they used to. I don't get it. I mean, I remember the Duke thing was what? Touch the floor, getting defensive stands and D somebody up.
I mean, just
Yeah.
punk them. Just punk them from the jump.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then
get it over with.
you heard what I said. Well, I think I talked to you last night during the game, and I said if I was Gonzaga's coach, I would send a goon and take a hard foul.
Oh,
Just take
yeah.
a hard foul, just to prove we're not gonna punk us.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna just take the game from us.
You know what? He did say that because I told you, I'm like, they got like 2 7-footers sitting on the bench. You could have brought one of them in to knock. They got 6'5" fouls to waste. They could have went in there and knocked a couple dudes out. You know?
Yeah, just
It's not
don't
about
don't.
that.
Nah, sometimes you gotta be like, I ain't no punk. You ain't just
Nah,
gonna be
But
pushing me, yo.
nah, but they were getting beat like there wasn't any protection of the rim. Um, Fast breaks, they weren't picking up the ball. Um, when the whoever was dribbling circle around the trailer and the guy picking would just follow him. The guy would be open. I was like, there was a complete breakdown of the defense
I think that
from
was all
on the
intimidation.
Gonzaga side,
yeah.
I don't think they could handle the physical nature of Baylor. I
Yeah,
don't think
it
it
was.
mattered what they did.
it started from an intimidation on defense.
Oh yeah.
That's where they was like, oh,
It
these
might
boys are
have.
strong.
Look on that first possession when Vital got 2 offensive rebounds in a row. I was like, oh, they're gonna play like that, huh? And he's only like 6'8", 6'7". He's not a tall dude, but he was just physically stronger than the other guys on the other team. And I was like, oh, 2 offensive boards in a row. Oh, this is gonna go good for Baylor if it's like that.
I
And
don't
then
know.
when Mitchell got loose and started driving to the basket, I was like, they can't check this dude.
He looked like Donovan Mitchell out there.
Exactly. He
That's
looked
what
like
he looked like.
that's the idea. He looked like Donovan Mitchell playing against these cats. He's actually a pretty good comparison. They're about the same height. He's 6'2".
Hope he got a better jump shot.
I think he helped his draft stock.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
he helped his draft stock last night. And the guy number 12 that no one talks about, I believe his name's Butler, who was the leading scorer.
Butler, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this draft stock looks like, but I hope it improved because he's a solid shooter. He has a pretty good range on his free, good touch. He averaged 21 for the tournament.
Popovich would get one of them boys.
Oh yeah, you know what? That's the thing. They'll go lower in the draft, so hopefully they'll end up with a competitive team and a good coach. Hopefully they'll end up on a San Antonio or maybe a young up and coming team like Atlanta or somebody like that where they can actually get to play and actually get coached well. So we'll see how that goes. All right, hey, speaking about the women's game, unbelievable.
Great games.
One of
Great
the best
games.
women's tournaments I've ever seen. And I actually watched it. And I think that's the thing this year. I mean, watched it from beginning to end. Like I watched from the Sweet 16 on, which is more than I've ever did for the tournament. And but I think that's the thing. A lot of people watched it this year. So, one of the questions is, hey, did they pick up some more fans this year? And 2, what do you think about the performance from Stanford?
Stanford, they got some beast on it. Haley Jones is a monster. I mean,
Yeah.
her footwork on the post was, whew.
Yeah. She actually had to drop
It's
that.
it's throwback basketball. I think they got a little rattled. I mean, I don't know how many times they turned over the ball, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
The pressure with the defense, but hey, hats off to Stanford. They got it done.
And the point guard for Arizona, Ari McDonald, I mean, she was a beast all tournament. She got him past Connecticut. I thought she might have a chance against Stanford, but you could just tell. I think the height of the Stanford team. Stanford's a tall team.
Yeah.
And and I noticed they even would switch and put the bigger players in there. Like I remember the 6'4", 6'3" power forward they had would come out and check her. They're throwing height at her.
McDonald made a lot of mistakes that I felt like a point guard can't make in that.
Oh yeah.
In that setting,
yeah.
Like you run a play, and then it's still 17 seconds left on the clock. You don't have to drive and force a shot and dribble. Hey, call out another play, run another set. It's because you're already a struggling offensive team, so you kind of need to run sets.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but it's a great game. Great
game. Yeah, I just think they just didn't have enough offense, and I think that was part of the reason for her running out of these sets. Was she was like, I'm the offense for now because their offense was very limited.
True. That's true.
Very limited. So I get it, but hey, they played a heck of a game, it was a heck of a tournament. I'm really happy for the coach of Arizona, Adia. It was great to see her there. I wish Don Staley had made it into the championship game. That would have been something if it was Don Staley and Ada.
South Carolina can't make layups.
Hey, they didn't get a couple calls either in that game. I mean, not to hate on it, but a couple calls.
True. Can we do a whole show? Can we do a whole show about how bad some of the calls are, especially in women's in the women's game?
Oh, the women's officiating.
The refs stunk.
It was horrible.
The refs were trash.
It was trash.
Refs were pure trash.
It was terrible, man. I mean, come on.
That UConn Baylor game. That was a foul that last play.
It was worse.
That was a foul. I'm like, what are you guys looking at?
Worst no call, worst letting them play I've seen in a long time. Baylor should have beat UConn that game. Should have been over. In the Stanford game, I mean against Arizona. Now that game was officiated, I think, a little bit better. But
which one you said?
Yeah, let me go back. I'm thinking about the wrong game. I'm thinking about Stanford against is it South Carolina? The South Carolina game?
The Denver South Carolina game was terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
it was trash.
they missed a kickball. They missed a lot.
Oh yeah. Now, and when South Carolina was trying to intentionally foul, they didn't even call it.
They didn't even call it. They were
Yeah,
like, "Oh, we missed
yeah.
it. Sorry."
I was like, they're intentionally fouling, and they couldn't get the call. Like seconds are being wasted.
That's something we used to notice, Jim. Like when we was watching the NCAA tournament, that's something we used to notice. Like the on the guy side, the coaches. I mean, the refs sometimes would just they would know the situation they're trying to foul, and
I called foul.
And for it's like a couple of years, it seemed like intentionally the refs were like ignoring it, and then it went away. You know what I'm saying?
But,
is that like a
to the ref's
progression
defense?
to the game?
To the ref's defense, sometimes if it's 30 seconds left, in your mind you're like, "Hey, foul." But sometimes they try to go for the quick steal. They try to go for the quick steal for like 2 or 3, 4 seconds or whatever, and then they foul.
Yeah.
So I think the refs are trying to like, "Oh, we're not blowing the whistle right away because just in case they get the steal."
Okay.
They're trying to give them a chance to the refs' defense.
I get it.
Because I've coached a youth league game, and I've yelled at a ref like, "If you don't, why are you blowing the whistle? What are you doing?"
Yeah.
So I get it.
Give me a chance to put the ball. Okay. See, that's a nice perspective on it. I get it. But, at that level, I think, it's time and situation. And I just knew it was one situation where South Carolina guard was trying to foul the Stanford guard. And it was clear that, hey, I'm giving this foul up because they had 2 fouls to give in order to get to the penalty. So they had to get 2 fouls. And it wouldn't have hurt the ref to call that first foul because they were trying to get into the penalty. Hey, but I think all said, man, great tournament on both sides. Hey, this was the COVID NCAA tournament. We didn't have one last year. It was good to see them back. I know people's brackets got busted on both sides. But hey, it was a great tournament and glad to have the NCAA tournament back this year.
1.6 million people watched the final, the Iowa versus UConn game.
Oh, okay. The Iowa UConn?
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
Well, that was Paige Beckers against Miller. They were the top 2 high school players coming out.
Okay.
But
why that was big.
Real quick, the girl, I forget the girl's name. She's from DC, #1 recruit in the nation, going to UConn. So they're just reloading. They'll be back.
Oh yeah. I saw that too. Yeah, they got the #1 player as always. I mean, that's a guarantee. They always get the #1 player. So yeah, UConn's going to reload. Let's see if they get back in. Last point on Gonzaga. Do you think Gonzaga is ever going to win a championship, man? This happens every year.
No.
I don't see.
They can't. This is the thing. This is the beauty about the tournament. You might play a team you've never played before, never scouted before, never cared to play. You're always going to face those physical, rough inner city kids that Gonzaga doesn't recruit. And until they can beat those kids, they're Duke. They're Duke before Grant Hill got there.
Yeah. Well,
they can't beat the inner city tough kids.
Gonzaga needs to switch their schedule up then, I think, and play some tougher opponents in the regular.
And you guys remember Duke before Grant Hill got there.
Yeah, I remember. But is that still a thing?
Not. Yes, it is.
Is that still a thing? I mean, you got all these AAUs and all these basketball teams, all these kids. They supposedly know each other. Haven't they played against everybody? It's just style of play.
But some AAU coaches will pick teams to compete and get teams better, and some AAU coaches will say, "I just want to win trophies. I don't care about getting better," and they'll put them in these tournaments. Don't really count, and don't trust me. They got to play some tougher opponents. They got to if they want to get better.
Yeah, I think it's level of play. Now Gonzaga, they did play top 25 teams this year, but this was the problem. I remember they played Carolina. Carolina wasn't Carolina this year. Right. They played Michigan State. Michigan State really wasn't Michigan State this year. So they played blue blood that didn't have good seasons. So it's a toss-up, man. But I think they're going to have to put on their schedule some tougher, more physically talented opponents in the coming years.
Suggs was the only dog on that team.
Yeah, he stepped up at the end.
He tried, but I ain't got no help.
Yeah, it's too late. It was too late. I mean, you know what? Most of the Gonzaga guys, they stepped up at the end, but man, it was too late. You know, their shooting guard 24. He ended up with like 20 points. He knocked
Right.
down some threes. Timmy, I think he had double figures by the time it was over. But it was all late, man. They couldn't get a stop. That was the problem. They couldn't
They
stop.
better they better start recruiting some of them Compton kids out of LA or something.
I don't know.
They better start
Yeah,
doing
they
it.
gotta do something. You people pick who fits their program. Hey, speaking of college, real quick, and we'll wrap on the college ball. What do y'all think about Hubert Davis at Carolina, man?
I hope he does well.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good
Uh,
for you, man.
how
The
good
coach,
can you recruit? How good can you recruit? That's all
That's what
about
it's gonna
college.
be. Yeah, that's what it's
yeah.
gonna be.
Well, my understanding is he is a pretty good recruiter, which is one of the reasons he has the job. Um, I'm sure his bench is going to be stacked with
But
Carolina faithful. So
surprisingly, Duke is the only team that doesn't adapt to one and dones. They haven't recruited to one and dones. So
yeah,
if they don't start recruiting one and dones, Hubert Davis might be Matt Doherty and be gone in 3 years.
well, a good point that's going to be come out of this is for Carolina. The last time they had the big coaching change was when Roy Williams came in, and Roy
Hmm.
Williams, of course, he had at least 3 All-Americans to start the cupboard with.
He
Hubert
had
Davis,
Ty Lawson.
Hubert Davis has zero. So
Yeah.
I want people to be patient. Like, give this guy at least a year.
There's
I
no patience in North
Carolina,
Carolina.
Carolina, you
Because
gotta make it to the NCAA tournament, or you're not gonna be back. We already know this,
Yeah,
but
he
see,
make it to he
if you
make it to
can
one I
build
ten.
you can build a program, man. You can take some time and build a program. You don't
yeah,
have to
you
you don't
remember?
have to rush.
Hey Ben,
No, see,
hey
build
Ben,
a program. They're not Temple. They're North Carolina. They're
take care.
already built.
All right, Ben, do you remember when after Dean left, we went to Guthrie, who was very successful. He had the Vince Carter squad. All right. But once
Yeah.
Vince Carter left, Guthrie was like, "I'm out."
He was only there for 2 years or a year.
Yeah, he's only 2 years. He coached.
Okay, yeah.
Once Vince graduated, Guthrie was like, "I'm retiring." I mean, he was like 70 years
So who
old.
was after him? Who was after him?
Doherty.
Doherty only coached like 3 years though.
Exactly. He only coached for years.
Hmm.
Oh, I forget the Doherty years. Oh my God.
Yeah.
But the Joseph Forte years,
And that was a NIT years.
NIT. They should have one. I think Doherty's second year they went 8-20. Then that
Exactly.
Oh
third year they
man.
went to the NIT, and then Roy
Mm,
left Kansas, and they were like, "Oh, the hell with you."
Yeah,
I
they were
forgot.
like
Let's get
Doherty
Roy
got
in here.
the NIT sealed his bid for not being the coach of Carolina no more. Is all I'm saying.
It's
So you know what?
crazy.
They'll give Hubert 2 3 years. They'll let him get it up and running. But
They gave him two.
but this is the thing though. One of the big things that's happening in college basketball now is the transfer portal. I
It's because
mean,
of COVID.
yeah. So this transfer portal, man, is changing basketball, and it's going to change. It's changing football too. I
Because
mean,
it's
they're literally in college football. They're starting quarterbacks changing schools.
And it
There's
hurts. It hurts the
point
high
guard.
school recruits.
Exactly.
oh
So
wow.
yeah. So you got the transfer portal. Look, Kentucky lost their starting guard yesterday, right? Ask you. He's in the transfer portal now. So you can lose your best player in this transfer portal.
Hmm.
Because I think you don't have to sit out a year anymore if you go D1 to
Nope.
D1.
Nope. You're
Well,
just
I
going.
think I think it's just for this year for COVID. So
Yeah.
it is
Hey,
what it is.
hey, it can be a boon for some of the bigger teams or some smaller teams, maybe some mid-major teams. But that
I
transfer
feel
portal is a beast.
I feel bad for the high school seniors because it's limited scholarships out there now because of the transfer.
Yeah, it's gonna take away a scholarship here or there, but
Uh, nah, for that guy that's maybe mid-level guy, he not a 5-star recruit, but maybe a 3 and pass. They were like, okay, we'll recruit you. We'll give you a scholarship because we know you're going to stay for 2 or 3 years, so you'll keep our program stable. That guy's probably not even getting a scholarship now.
Yeah,
That
redshirt
3-star
that year.
recruit is probably no, they won't. Not if they can get a 5th-year senior point guard from wherever. It's college
mm,
basketball is a business. I don't care what you say. These
yeah,
coaches are trying to win.
I get it. I get it. Well, if they go in the transfer portal, but that leaves a scholarship open from the school they left in. So
And
can't
then
you
they
fix
getting a transfer, and they getting a transfer. I mean,
it?
I feel bad for the seniors.
Hey, we gotta see how it balls out. Hey, let's move on for that. Hey, in entertainment news, Paul Pierce, what happened?
Oh my!
What happened?
Lesson to the world: do not put everything on social media. I love strippers, but don't put them on social media.
Look,
I don't get it.
This is my thing. And Ben, chime in after, man, later. I mean, Paul was working for the Worldwide Leader, which is owned by Disney. It just wasn't a good look, and I'm gonna leave it at that. What do you think, Ben?
dude, there was 300 people in that IG live when he took that clip, right?
What do you mean 300 people?
So you can
You
tell
can
when
see
you
how
go
many
on
people
live,
view
you
it.
can see how
Oh, you
many
mean
people
people who
are
are
viewing.
watching?
Yeah. So we
Yeah, I
can
don't know how
find
that
out
works. So.
who snitched because one of them people
They
had the
didn't have
screenshot.
to snitch. He
Somebody
did it
screenshotted
live.
it and sent it. Yeah, but nobody saw it. 300 people saw it. It's
Oh,
gone
I
after
get what
that.
you're saying. I get
You
what
know
you're
what I'm saying? One of them people screenshotted that and sent it somewhere it wasn't supposed to go, and now this
saying.
man was fired.
But one
So
of those people was Tim Means, so
You think that's how it worked out? Someone screenshotted it, and then people went and looked for it.
yeah,
yeah, because the post is down now. It's not even up.
Oh, so someone ratted him out.
yeah, we're gonna explain how live works, Jim. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So when you go IG live, does that go to like all your followers? Is that what happens?
Yeah, anybody
anybody
following
can
you.
anybody following you can join, but not
Okay.
everybody sees it, and it doesn't
Uh,
stay there forever.
okay. So it's kind of like what was that old app that deleted after you Snapchat or whatever it was?
No, it's Snapchat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. Yeah. So it's kind of like Snapchat. It would just disappear after a couple seconds or something.
After it's
Yeah,
watched, yeah.
after it's
Oh,
watched.
so but if you're doing the IG live, he has to allow these people to watch it. Is that how it works?
No, you just say you're going live, and
Yeah.
then I'll get a notification
And if you
that
want to
you're
join
going
in,
live. Like when the DJ was
DJ D
DJing it up.
Nice.
DJ D Nice was doing it up all summer. I had a
okay,
notification. So when he went live, I just clicked on his thing and
okay,
everybody comes into the room.
all right. Hey Ben, I think you got some there then. So somebody ratted him out then.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't but okay,
It
yes,
doesn't matter.
stupid. He shouldn't have had it on there. But somebody ratted him out, and that's who we need to be talking to. But Paul Pierce doesn't care. He's gonna get a bag from what's the baller alert people?
Ooh,
What's the
Ball
podcast?
alert.
The podcast
look, I'm athlete.
no
What?
Bleacher Report.
Bleacher?
feature hold on, let me find it.
Yeah, you gotta find that. So yeah. Hey, I just think, man, when you got a high profile job like that, you can't go IG live on that, man. I mean, the drinking, the smoking, whatever else you got going on live, not a good look. I
But
don't
did you
know.
see the reason? Did you see the reason ESPN gave for firing him?
No, what was that?
He broke COVID protocol.
Yeah, I'd heard that. I just figured also, you have a
I'm
behavior
like, how's that a reason?
well.
How's
Hey,
that a
That
reason
is
to fire somebody?
that's
that is
illegal season nowadays.
that's
COVID
funny.
protocol. Hey, because he's working in studio now, so they may have a point. That's the cheesy way to fire him. Why not just say why you actually fired him?
That's
I
hilarious.
think they wanted to get rid of him from jump because he really wasn't that good,
Hey,
and this is the reason.
he wasn't the best anyway, and I'm honestly not gonna miss him on TV. Paul was a beast, man. I love him as a player, but I'm not gonna miss him as a commentator. So, because I thought it was funny on the Easter NBA game, I was like, "All ain't there." It was just it was just Jalen and I can't Maria Taylor. I was like,
Yeah,
he cut. He should have been on that coverage. We know he should have been on it. I was like, he cut, man. As soon as I didn't see him up there, Jalen had the fresh dude lined up. He had the whole little right side of the center stage. I was like, oh, Paul done, man. He out of there.
His spray painted head.
Did you find that,
that
man?
Beijing,
The bench.
that
God damn.
Beijing is tough, yo.
Whoever Jordan Belfort works for.
Jordan Belfort.
Who the hell is that?
You mean like the Wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort? Is that what you talking about?
I don't know.
That's the only Jordan Belfort I know is the Wolf of Wall Street. But
I'm
okay.
making stuff up. I don't know.
All right, keep it pushing then. Hey, an interesting list came out today on the NBA, and it was the top 25 best young stars by potential. I'm assuming Tyrone probably has a list already for this. So
y'all want me to read all the names?
Yeah, read them off, man. Who they got on there?
This is in order. So we got Luka, Zion, LaMelo Ball, Donovan Mitchell, Jason Tatum, De'Aaron Fox, Ben Simmons, Devin Booker, Bam.
Hey, is that 10?
That's 9, and then Shai Gilgeous. I don't know who he is.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Okay, Oklahoma City, and then Brandon Ingram 11.
Who's 12 then? Might as well.
12, Jaylen Brown. Then we got Jamal Murray. Then we got Michael Porter Jr., Ja Morant, Trae Young, Bridges. I think he's from Charlotte.
He's from Charlotte.
We got Sabonis, Anthony Edwards.
Hold on. What do they mean by potential?
They
just said potential. I don't know. Future
top 25 players based on potential under the age of 25.
All right, let's go with the second 5, right? Who are the second 5 you said?
Second 5?
Yeah, second.
First 5 or
the second 5. 5 through 10.
De'Aaron Fox, Ben Simmons, Devin Booker, Bam, the Gilchrist kid from Oklahoma City.
Okay. Which one of those guys? What potential? What is one of those guys going to improve on different next year?
First of all, Devin Booker should be in your top 5.
Yeah, he's way down.
He should not be
12, right?
Devin Booker is 8.
Oh, he should be in top 5.
Yeah.
So let's deal with top 5 then. Number 1, Luka.
So nothing. So nothing for those guys, right? So this list is stupid.
That's stupid. Yeah, I get it.
I don't understand this list.
All right.
Now, if they're just ranking players, then that's fine. But I don't understand potential. I don't understand that.
Yeah, that's
potential to win. I mean, these are the next stars that are coming in the league. I mean, we know LeBron, Chris Paul, that class, they're fading out. I mean, the stars of, I guess, 2000 to 2010, these guys are 35 plus. So eventually they're going to retire.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So potential to be the stars of the league.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, I don't know. I mean, I'm a big Luka fan. I like Luka. But honestly, Zion's the future star of the league as it stands right now, as long as he stays healthy.
Yeah,
LaMelo Ball will not be number 3 for me. He's not number 3. I like LaMelo. I told everybody he's going to be the best brother, but he's not number 3.
No, not right now. No, he's too young for that. So, all right.
But see, to me, he makes sense because he to me has the most to prove, right? He has the most to show in his game, right? Like, to me, all these other guys are what they are already. I don't see any change in any of their games.
Yeah,
even though they're under 25.
How can you say that? How can you say that? Devin Booker's never been in the playoffs. We don't know what he is.
Yeah, but his game is the same. It's not going to change. He might do it on a bigger stage, but his game.
How many Devin Booker games have you watched? I guarantee it's not a lot.
I've seen all of them because he plays the same way. He hasn't changed anything.
So you've seen him drop 36 on Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but he did the same thing when he went 0 for 15 the game before. He plays
he didn't go,
the same way.
I know you didn't watch. See, I know you didn't watch because when he dropped 36 on Ben Simmons, he was a string of 30-point games. I know you didn't watch. I know you didn't watch.
My point is the same thing. He plays nothing different. So I don't understand this.
Are you crazy? Are you crazy right now?
I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying
he can't get better.
Yeah, he's at his limit.
See, you've been hanging around with Lamar Odom and Draymond Green with them drugs. Stop it, man.
He's at his limit. What's he going to do?
I think his point is this. He thinks his game is not going to change much. Now, I think Booker should be in the top 5, but he needs to improve his defense to elevate his game. And he's going to have to win a playoff game. but he should be in the top 5.
Now, if you said that about Donovan Mitchell is what
Hey,
he
where's
is.
Donovan Mitchell on the
Yeah,
list?
Donovan Mitchell, the same
He's number
thing.
4. He's number
But
4 for some.
How was Donovan? Now, don't get me wrong. Devin Booker's a much better shooter,
Yeah.
But how has his game improved any more than Donovan Mitchell's has since he's been in the league?
Extremely.
He's became more efficient.
They're number 2 in the West. What are you talking about right now?
He's more efficient.
Way more efficient. He gets
I give
easier
that.
shots. And with Chris Paul, he gets easier shots now. He's
Yeah.
not taking no double
Because of Chris Paul.
fadeaways.
That's not
Bro,
Donovan
I
Booker.
can't help that.
That's right.
I-
But it's not
I
his
can't help-
game. It's not his
But
game.
his game got better. But the argument is, did his game get better?
No.
Did his game get better? Yes, it did. He's taking easier shots. If you're taking easier shots, your game got better, dude. What are you
He got
talking
better.
about?
So you're saying he got better because of Chris Paul?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. What if you take Chris Paul away? What happens?
If you take Chris Paul away, just like if you take LeBron away, you take that veteran away to say, "Hey, dummy, you can get an easier shot than that." Then of course you won't get better. But he has a veteran that's making him better. That's not his fault.
All right. Let's just do this thing because I don't think we're gonna solve it. So top 5, Luka 1. I'm guessing Zion's 2. Who's
I'm
3?
going Zion.
No. What's on the list though?
Okay, they got Luka 1.
Yeah.
Luka 1, Zion 2,
Okay.
LaMelo 3,
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell.
Melo moved down. All right. Who's number 4?
Donovan Mitchell.
Okay.
5 is Jason Tatum.
All right. Let's stop there. All right. I'm a big Jaylen Brown fan. So to me, him and Tatum are interchangeable. I really don't care. You can swap them out, whatever. They want to put Tatum on the list. They love him. They can leave him on there.
Jaylen Brown's on the list, but he's 12.
So let's do this. Each of us will swap a player out of the top 5 we don't like. My swap out would be I'm taking LaMelo out, and I'll put Jaylen Brown in his place. Done.
Go
LaMelo out for T.
Yeah, I'm gonna take LaMelo out of the top 5, and I'll put Jaylen Brown in top 5. That's my change, just for time's sake. But I think Zion should be 1 and Luka 2. My opinion.
I can't think of anybody off the top of my head. I was what's that cat for Miami?
Bam.
Yeah, Bam.
Bam ain't getting no.
Tyler Hero.
Tyler Hero.
Hero ain't even on the list.
And
So-
what is Tyler, like 20?
Yeah, he just got out of college.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just got out of college. So.
He's young, man. Tyler could be on the list.
He might be like potentially a potential guy, but I mean, I don't know. That list is that 5 list. If it's just okay, these are the best young players. List as it is fine. Maybe swap LaMelo out for maybe move Tatum up. Yeah, but
all right. What change you make, Tyrone?
If we're going off potential, I'm taking Donovan Mitchell out. I think Donovan Mitchell is what he is. He's a viable shooter. I mean, he's not going to get any better. Too short. I'm taking Donovan Mitchell out. I'm putting Devin Booker in the top 5.
Okay, I like that. I like Devin Booker, man. I think he has some room to grow, and we'll see what he does in the playoffs this year. So, all right, that sounds cool. Hey, one other thing, NFL though, real quick, changing gears. Not much to talk about, but we'll bring it up. Of course, the Jets traded Sam McDonald. What's his name? Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold to Carolina, freeing the way for them to draft probably Zach Wilson out of BYU at the number 3 spot. I think it's the news out there is that San Fran's looking at Mac Brown at Alabama at 2. We already know
Jones.
Yeah, and we already know who number 1 is. So my thing is this: what happens to the Ohio State quarterback? Where is he going to go now?
I hope Denver takes him.
Possibility. I hope Carolina can still take him. They still got a high enough pick to take him. Even though they just got Sam from the Jets.
I don't see that happening. I think Atlanta could use a quarterback at 4.
They
'Cause
looking up, so
I think they're done with Matt Ryan, but they might take from the mock draft I seen from Todd McShay. They're looking at Patrick Surtain. No, they were looking at Kyle Pitts. Sorry,
yeah, Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, he's a beast. Best tight end.
For me personally, I just want somebody to pick Justin Fields so the Eagles won't take him.
He's a selfish dude. Because this is the problem, and this is
somebody take him.
And this is why I bring it up. Everybody remembers Aaron Rodgers when he came out. Everybody thought, "Oh, Aaron Rodgers, top 3, easy." And then just he slid to the bottom of the first round. And I'm afraid that might could happen to Fields if things fall the wrong way. I don't want to see that happen to him because I think he should definitely be a top 5 pick. But you know what? Someone has to take the fall. So the question is he gonna make it past Carolina? Will he make it past Atlanta? Will he fall into Philly's lap? Because after Philly, I think the next bet is New England.
And that's at 15. They're at 15, so
That's
they would have to trade up.
Yeah. Maybe someone will trade up to get him, but I hope they take him in the top 5 because he deserves top 5 money.
Look, I'm just praying that my dumb Eagles and that GM do not take this quarterback. I'm tired of taking quarterbacks that can't throw. Like, stop. They're going to take him. Watch, they're going to take him because it's going to piss me off. That's why they're going to take him.
Well, they'll take him because then they can have a quarterback competition. That's why they'll take him.
What are you
But
going
he
to do?
can't throw.
So what? Are you talking about Hurts?
Neither one of them. They're the same player. They're 2 guys that can run and questionable arm talent. And then who are you throwing to? All 3 of us can catch better than any wide receiver on the Philadelphia Eagles roster. These fools can't catch.
I feel you on that, but they got they didn't do a good job in drafting receivers, man. They got to pick up some receivers. They need offensive line help. They need D help. That's every team in the league. So I'm curious to see how it falls out.
If he goes to New England, if he goes to New England, that'll be good for them.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll catch up on the NFL draft, man, as it gets closer. We'll have an NFL draft special as well when the time gets closer. But to me, it's just stove right now. I don't
stop
really care.
Everybody, stop asking me about football. It ain't football season.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't really care about NFL right now, man. They ain't playing no games. I mean, they treat the draft like it's a game. It ain't a game. It's the draft.
It ain't no fantasy football going on right now.
Exactly. So we'll get into more on that later. Hey, last thing, man. Versus. Who's on Versus this weekend?
Isley Brothers versus Earth, Wind, and Fire. Easter
I heard
Sunday.
it was hot. I haven't watched it yet, though.
I learned a lot. I learned that all of these rappers have no talent and they just sample old music. That's what I heard.
Yeah, pretty much. Hey, if you listen to the Isley Brothers over the past 30 years, you're going to find about 20 rap songs that you really like.
Yeah,
Dude,
we
That
did.
are classics and bangers.
So that
records
Aaliyah
since like the 40s.
What you saying?
They've been making records since the 40s.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
1959.
I'm just saying from the last 30 years. I'm just saying.
That Aaliyah song, "At My Best" or whatever. For
That's-
years, I'm like,
No, it's wrong.
okay, Aaliyah, this is a beautiful song.
It's
She didn't
wrong.
write that. She didn't write
No.
none of it.
That's all Ron
Aaliyah
Isley.
song.
Hey,
Ron Isley has sunned a lot of people, birthed a lot of people, but
exactly. If you wanna get a hit, just pick some of the Isley Brothers song and take the hook from it, or sing the actual song. How did Kool and the Gang do?
It was Earth, Wind, and Fire, man.
Oh, sorry. See, I'm all jacked up. It was Earth,
Kool
Wind,
and the Gang.
How did Earth, Wind, and Fire do?
I mean, they did all right. They did a lot of lip singing.
Yeah.
it would have been better if it was the OJs.
You right though. That would have been a better matchup.
That would have been a
Isley
much better
Brothers
matchup.
versus those.
Yeah,
But-
that would have been better.
Do we have original OJ still?
Got,
We still got the dad.
got that.
He's still around.
Ed, yeah, Ed
Now-
Levert.
Y'all a little older than me. Who was in the OJs?
Eddie Levert.
Ed Levert.
Still
Gerald's dad.
That's
Yeah,
Gerald's
Gerald
dad.
versus
Yeah,
Dad.
yeah, that was Gerald's versus dad. Yeah,
Just-
yeah. So you know what though, the OJ's they've been had replacements in there with the exception of Eddie. So that's cool.
Nah, I mean, well, the one guy because he didn't sing,
He's been there like 20 years now. The replacement guy. That's
but
how long he's been a replacement.
I forget the other guy's name. But the other guy, he sang on a lot of songs. He was like more of the tenor kind of voice.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
he
yeah.
passed away.
Yeah, they lost someone. Yeah.
But those records, man, I'm just saying, I think that would have been a better
You're right.
song kind of matchup.
Hey,
Kinda
my,
like-
my favorite OJ song, Backstabbers. That song, one of the best songs ever. And
Right.
Hey, even the
that would have been
hey,
like,
even the Biggie joint, the Big Papa joint. That's a sample. Like, I'm like, what the?
All of it
yeah.
is samples.
That's from the OJs, right?
That's from Isley Brothers.
Oh, that's from the Ozzy Brothers? Is it?
Uh-huh.
That's the OJs.
No, they sung it on Sunday. That's how I knew. It was-
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so We Cried Together is my favorite OJ song.
Which one?
Cried Together.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic, man. That's a classic. That's a classic. Well, what was your favorite Isley Brothers song?
Mine is a Ron Isley song. It's not an Isley Brothers.
What song is that?
Contagious.
That's pretty good. That's pretty
That
good.
joint is funny, yo.
Hey, Ron's a beast, man. Ron was talented, man. He still is. He's still doing it, too. I'm happy for him. Hey, y'all. Well, that's it for us today. Hey, we want to thank you for joining the No Culture for Old Men, episode 4. Hey, remember, if you like this episode, please remember to like and subscribe and follow. Do your thing. Good seeing you. We'll catch you next week.